From Fox 15 and KLAF NBC, News 15 Today starts now.
Good Friday morning and welcome back. You're watching News 15 Today. I'm Alex Werstow.
And I'm Carter Simino. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Well, let's go ahead and get a check on the weather with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier. Adam, parts of the area are seeing some dense fog this morning.
Yeah, Carter, we are tracking some of that fog, mainly around the coastal locations, but you could see some patchy fog if you're up even towards Opelousas. Now, what we're looking at right now, though, some better visibilities up that way. You go south of I-10, and that's where all the fog has been this morning. Lafayette, Abbeville, New Iberia reporting some limited visibilities, but it's a whole lot better than earlier this morning where when I was driving in, I couldn't see very far in front of me. So keep an eye out for that this morning, especially as we're getting closer to when the kids are being dropped off at the bus stop. Take it a little bit easy out there. Temperatures are in the 60s right now, and looking forward through the morning time. Well, we go from the low to mid 60s by 9 o'clock, and we warm up pretty quickly by noon into the 70s with some sunshine breaking through that cloud cover. Coming up, though, we are going to be talking about this warm weather, how long it lasts in your forecast. I'll tell you what, today, and it turned out to be pretty nice overall. We'll have more on that for you coming up in just a bit.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. We'll check back soon. Well, the vaccination event will be held today for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. This is by appointment only. The event is being held at Bayou Carlin Cove in Delcom at 605 South Railroad Street. To sign up for a vaccine, go to oph4.timetap.com or call 337-262-5311.
Breaking down the latest COVID-19 numbers for Louisiana, LDH reporting 422,620 cases of the virus, with more than 378,000 of those cases confirmed. Now, that number includes the nearly 20,000 cases coming from Lafayette Parish, which saw an increase of 23 cases since Wednesday.
And with the Louisiana Department of Health reporting both confirmed and probable cases, it could get confusing when trying to understand the COVID-19 case data. To explain, confirmed cases are instances when a person has tested positive for the coronavirus, whereas probable cases involve those who have not had a confirmatory test but have reached the clinical criteria of infection or has tested positive for an antigen test.
Well, if you have more questions about the virus, you can call 211. That's the number to Louisiana's statewide network, which will update you on the latest information regarding the coronavirus pandemic. You can also text LA COVID to 898-211. Well, a program in Kentucky is dedicated to helping its residents navigate the challenges of this pandemic. For people who have gotten COVID-19, that could mean a long-term recovery process.
The Rebound Kentucky is a program developed for COVID-19 long haulers. Jacqueline Nee reports.
Chelsea Peterson tested positive for COVID-19 last July.
Breathing and speaking full sentences were definitely an issue. I wasn't able to say more than 5 words without getting really winded.
Even after testing negative, those symptoms lingered.
Before COVID, I was working out 5-6 days a week, doing HIIT training, strength training, cardio, stuff like that. And then after COVID, I wasn't even able to walk a single flight of stairs without being short of breath.
The 27-year-old says she met with her doctor about her ongoing symptoms and was eventually directed here to Results Physiotherapy to join the COVID-19 long hauler program. Each patient receives an individualized 4-step program to improve everything from breathing to balance and joint restrictions.
General reconditioning exercises for their lower extremities. So, they've been stagnant for so long, the muscles are deconditioned. So we're doing basic strengthening exercises for the legs, for the arms, anything we can really do to rebuild muscle.
It used to be like she would do 10 to 15 repetitions of whatever it be, squats, and her RPE, so that rated perceived exertion scale, would be off the charts. We'd have to have a break, let her recover, rest, but now she goes through a whole circuit.
I have 2 little kids, and it was so hard to keep up with them this past summer after COVID, and I just felt so bad for him because we weren't able to go out and do like the normal activities because I was just so fatigued. But now I'm hoping this summer it'll be a lot different for us.
COVID-19 long haulers on the rebound.
Well, more than a decade after the introduction of the HPV vaccine, infections have significantly declined. This, according to a new study from the Centers for Disease Control. It showed that between 2006 and 2018, HPV cases dropped by 88% among teenage girls and 81% among women in their early 20s. Experts say that suggests the vaccine provides indirect protection by reducing transmission of the virus in the population.
A new government study led by researchers at the National Institutes of Health suggests drinking caffeine during pregnancy could affect a baby's birth size. Researchers analyzed first trimester blood samples of over 2,000 healthy women. They found babies born to women with the highest caffeine levels were about 3 ounces lighter and 1/10 of an inch shorter than those born to moms with the lowest. But even women who drank just a half cup of coffee a day had babies about 2 ounces lighter than non-caffeine consumers.
Well, it's crunch time for the Raging Cajuns as they prepare to take on Coastal Carolina tonight. More in sports coming up next.
And here's a look at that morning forecast where we could see some patchy fog sticking around through about 8 o'clock, but better conditions arrive later on today. We'll take a look at that weekend forecast, though, coming up.
And a fitness band used by professional athletes and CEOs is getting popular with everyday consumers. We'll show you what all the excitement is about.
That's awful. Oh my God.
What's
wow.
up? No, I meant to. I should have. Like all the stuff that's happening this weekend, I wanted to change it to tomorrow instead of this Saturday, but I never did. Hello. Did you hear anything I just said? Bueller. Oh my God. I said I meant to change things. Okay. Hey. Okay, thanks. Hey, Jada. Since it's my birthday, can I be a little picky?
Can I get a what?
Maybe. Can you, in lieu of wipes, do hard cuts? It helps the energy of the morning show kind of be more bouncy. Yeah, that'd be preferable. Thank you.
What did you say, Christopher?
Oh, he was on the Bucks for a year.
Oh.
Or half a year.
What? Hello? Yeah. What's he saying?
I don't know. I can't hear him.
Come again?
What's your IFB, Alex?
Oh no, I can hear him. It's just a mumble because it's getting worse by the day. I think I'm gonna order some on Amazon until this one comes.
Yeah, when's it supposed to come?
I don't know, but I can't keep. Yes, what's up? It's me. Yeah. Woo! Can you imagine if you had a mic in real life back there?
That was a chore.
That was. I felt like you spent more time like trying to like convey. By the time it was done, it was like this. So?
Yeah, it did speed up a little bit.
Welcome back to News 15 today. The city of Carencro is looking for the community's input when it comes to transportation. If you'd like for your voice to be heard on this matter, head to the city of Carencro's Facebook page for a link to the Acadiana Planning Commission's long-range plan survey. There will also be a hearing for the plan on Wednesday, March 31st at the Carencro Community Center from 5 to 7 p.m.
In Lafayette, the spring rain barrel sale is going on now. The rain barrels help to promote outdoor water conservation and create sustainable stormwater management on the Bayou Vermilion watershed. To buy your rain barrel, head to LafayetteLA.gov. The deadline to purchase is May 9th.
Attention boaters in Lower St. Martin Parish. The St. Martin Parish president is declaring a no-wake zone for the Stevensville-Bell River area. This means that boaters must travel at the slowest speed possible to keep water from being sloshed into yards and homes along the bayou. The no-wake zone will be implemented until further notice.
Well, Southwest is returning to its pre-pandemic boarding policy. The airline confirmed that instead of boarding groups of 10 at a time, it will now go back to boarding passengers in groups of 30.
While it has adjusted its boarding policies, it's still following other pandemic-era practices, such as reminding passengers to social distance when possible and adhering to the federal mask mandate. Well, spring is here, and for many folks, that means getting outside and getting more active.
There are a number of fitness trackers out there, but there's one that's getting pretty popular with pro athletes and regular consumers.
Liz McLaughlin shows us what the Whoop is all about.
In a crowded and competitive fitness wearables market, the Whoop band has an enthusiastic following.
We pulled some of the most interesting insights from professional athletes,
garnering buzz through its weekly podcast and notable user base, including NFL star Patrick Mahomes, pro golfer Justin Thomas, and Olympian Kate Courtney.
Whoop is a wearable technology that's designed to change behavior and improve health. It's everything from hardware, so you can see this small sensor on my wrist, to software and analytics.
An accelerometer tracks heart rate and other metrics. But unlike bands from Fitbit, Apple, Amazon, and others, Whoop doesn't count steps, instead logging sleep, recovery, and strain.
Strain is a measurement of cardiovascular load, so we're looking at elevated heart rate for periods of time and calculating strain as a result.
Users get the tracker for free with a monthly subscription of $18 to $30. A bigger long-term cost than competitors, but one that Whoop user and data scientist Jessica Dunn says has been worth it.
It is an eye-opening experience.
Over the past year, she's used analysis reports and daily coaching in the app to make behavioral changes, improve her sleep, and adjust her workouts.
I wake up and this recovery is calculated for me. You know what days you should be pulling back and what days you should be pushing a little bit more.
Pros to everyday consumers, making small changes to optimize performance.
Turning to sports news now, it's crunch time for the Raging Cajuns. Sunbelt Conference play picks up when they take on Coastal Carolina this evening at home at 6.
Okay, so it is at home. They've got to bring the bats to take back their season. They are 11-10. The players were off Monday and Tuesday, so hopefully the break helps.
Coach Dex says there's been improvement, but still something is missing with their offense.
A product of some of that is the pitching that we're facing. We're capable of doing some great stuff offensively, but our consistency levels just have not been there, and you've got to be able to string together several at-bats in a row, and haven't seen that yet out of these guys.
The LSU baseball team trying to regroup as well after losing 2 of 3 to Mississippi State. They traveled to Knoxville this weekend to play Tennessee.
Coach Paul Maneri reminded his players it's a long season and they can bounce back in their second conference series this year.
Like people say, hitting's definitely contagious. So once somebody starts it, like our term, the vibe train, we all got to get on the train and keep it going. You don't want to be that guy to not get the hit and shut everybody down. You just want to keep it going.
Well, now to football. The Raging Cajuns finished as the best team in the state last year, 15th in the final Associated Press poll. Never thought we'd ever say that. And not only the best in Louisiana, it was better than Miami, USC, and Texas. But no complacency here. They're trying to build on that.
Players say when they feel like taking it easy, they remind each other to remember what it felt like to lose to Coastal Carolina last year.
I mean, I don't think any of us have said that. You know, we're proud of what we did, extremely proud of what we did. But you know, I mean, we gotta take care of what's in our house, and we've got plenty of things to continue to improve on and get better at.
A lot of people say Sunbelt, Fun Belt, but with us being ranked, you know, it shows more respect. A lot of people say put some respect on the name, you know. So I would say it brings a lot of attention, you know, nationally wise for a lot of people that they don't know about the Louisiana Raging Cajuns.
Well, Ed Ogeron grew up in Louisiana, so he understands the expectations at LSU. Win or you won't last long.
That's right, and since LSU fans are making it known that 5-5 is not acceptable, despite winning the national championship the year before, LSU players are hungry to turn things around.
Gotta throw that in there. Coach Ogeron says the team is more united already this season, but he learned his lesson last year to not speak too soon. His players say they're doing what they can to get back to the top.
Yeah, it put the chips on our show, you know, coming from 2019, winning national championship, and then having a season like we had last year. You know, us as a team, we have more to offer, so we just come in, work hard, do what we got to do to get back what we was.
And in NBA news, the Pelicans are sending veteran shooter J.J. Redick and Nicolò Melli. I don't know why I tried to read the pronunciation version. I know his name. To the Dallas Mavericks. In return, they get back forwards James Johnson and Wes Iwundu, as well as a 2021 second-round pick.
Still to come on News 15 today, Al Aver is live for Friday Feed. He's talking all things crawfish. And crazy about crawfish in Breaux Bridge. You do not want to miss it.
But first, sunshine looks to return to the forecast, but for how long? Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier will let you know if you'll need umbrellas for the weekend. Next, it is 5:45 on your Friday morning.
Always tracking, always alerting. Here's your Storm Track 15 weather.
Welcome back. It is at 5:48. Calmer weather looks to settle in for now, but rain chances usually aren't too far. And also, Adam, I could barely see you driving in this morning due to fog. So what's the latest for us this morning?
Yeah, it was the same thing there, Alex. I was driving in, could not see the road in front of me, but here's the thing. It's all kind of cleared up across the area. Amazing that it's already started kind of working its way on up. And we are looking. Apparently, I'm having some issues with my mic, but it is on. So I'm not sure what's going on here, Alex. If they can't hear me, we may have to go to something else. So, yes. Okay, I think you're good. Are we good now? Okay, good. Sounds like we're good. So we'll try this again. All right, so yeah, we were talking about the fog. The fog's kind of clearing up out there. Some sunshine around the area right now. As we get into later on today, we're going to see that sunshine. Of course, right now, it's still dark outside. Saturday, warm and dry across the region. Sunday, though, afternoon storms. That's what we'll be tracking in the forecast. So let's go and take a look outside I-10 and I-49. I've been looking at the cameras out there. Haven't seen a whole lot of fog recently, but earlier this morning, that's where we saw all the fog, I-10 and I-49, I-10 at Ambassador. It is cleared up. Now, it has turned into some lower clouds across the area. Low 60s in Lafayette, New Iberia, and Abbeville. 60 degrees in Jennings, 55 in Ville Platte, 59 in Opelousas. All of you reporting clear skies. As we go forward in time, though, you can see that we have sunny conditions I think there's going to be a little bit more cloud cover than what our forecast is saying. I'd say sunny, partly cloudy, somewhere right in there. But by the afternoon, we're going to shoot up into the cloudy category as moisture begins to build on in. A warm front returns to the region, although it is pretty warm already out there. By midday, we're in the 70s. We go forward and look at this. By 2 o'clock, near 80 degrees. And then this afternoon, we kind of hang in the upper 70s to right around 80, dropping into the mid 70s by later on tonight. And then you can see by 10 o'clock, we're in the upper 60s. Now, if you're wanting cooler air, we had that cold front that got down to us. It's not coming. We're stuck with these muggy conditions across the area. And then this is continuing into 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, where we're right about 70 degrees. We really don't fall with those temperatures overnight. And then tomorrow afternoon, very toasty, climbing into the lower to even mid 80s. Overnight lows tonight, though, again, right around that 70-degree mark. We look ahead, though, to that forecast, and you can see that we stay dry Friday and Saturday. Now, I will say there could be an isolated storm tomorrow afternoon. Very unlikely that we see anything, but you kind of have to throw that out sometimes. Scattered storms, though, on Sunday. We'll be tracking those for you. Not severe storms, as it appears right now, but just some widely scattered heavy rain-type storms. And then Monday, kind of interesting. Models, not exactly sure what they want to do. At least through the morning time, we'll see some showers. But if some of these models are correct, well, we could actually see some heavier rain, too. So that's something that we need to keep a close eye on through the weekend. Of course, check back frequently, and we'll have more up-to-date information on that.
Well, lucky for all of us, we will be checking back with you, Adam. Thanks. Well, we love that music. It means that it's Friday, and it also means that it's Friday Feed, and Al Abear's at one of Carter's favorite places.
Yep, crazy about crawfish in Bro Bridge. I love it so much. Right off the interstate, so convenient. It's Crawfish 101. Megan's going to teach him how to boil crawfish, and of course, Al Abear is playing with his food this morning. Al, what you doing over there?
Al Claybear reporting for News 15 today. Hey, just kidding. That's actually a crawfish, guys. Hey, we are here, crazy about crawfish, one of Carter's favorite places, Megan Buckner. Now, the reason I'm back with Megan, guys, is Megan's got a great story, and it's a story I think that everyone needs to hear about how Megan ended up owning this place. Great story. Tell us, how did you end up here?
So I was working down the street at Sonic, and I was a core hop just skating around, 18 years old. And the original owner who opened up over here came to get a chocolate shake from Sonic, and she seen me, she seen my smile, she seen good customer service, and she said, come fill our application, we need some servers at the restaurant. And so I did. I got hired on the spot, and I've been here ever since for 14 years.
Now, here's what's inspirational about that story. One, Megan's working at a fast food place. And her presence at the fast food place, her customer service, and a chocolate shake completely changed your life.
Yes.
And I think that's really, really interesting. So I think if you're out there working in a job where you go, well, this is not where I want to be, you never know where it can take you, right?
Correct.
And so that's a great story. I wanted you to hear that. Al Claybear reporting for News 15 today. This is actually Carter the Crawfish. We're going to go back to you guys in the studio while we do fun stuff with crawfish.
Al Claybear is giving me nightmares.
Carter the Crawfish. But leave it to Al. He always finds the deep, meaningful stories. Love that, Al. Thanks for sharing. We'll check back shortly.
We sure will. Well, Alex, what do we have coming up?
Well, I believe we're going to be checking in with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier one last time before we head into our next hour. So stay with us.
And one last look at that forecast for today. We're going to be dealing with some clouds out there. Now, there's going to be some sunlight, but it's not going to be sunny through the afternoon hours. We are going to have to deal with those passing clouds overhead. Warm conditions and a bit of a breeze out there at times. Overall, though, not a bad looking day, especially compared to the past few where we've been dealing with showers and storms and severe weather, but certainly kind of not exactly where we'd like it to be. More sunshine would be nice, but we really don't have any of that even in the forecast through the weekend. So we'll keep you up to date on all of that, of course, in our next hour.
All right. Sounds great, Adam. Thanks so much. We'll check back. Our coverage continues in our next hour, anytime on our website, KLAF.com.
Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
It's really deep. Yes. Oh yeah, I'll put them in the break. I'm sorry. Why did they not? Why do you not talk to them?
No.
No, I mean like why?
Oh, she.
Are you trying to talk to me? Yeah. I'm always on mic 3. Yeah, because 3's out of commission. Yeah. That's okay.
Long story short, she adopted like 3 kids from the foster system, and then 2 of them were twins, and then one